It's officially time for the summer TBR to be made. So for this video, I wanted to do something a little bit different. I know I have my own TBR picks that I could pick from, but I wanted to specifically pick summer reads because it is summertime now, and one of my goals for this year was to kind of read more seasonally, and I love my TBR picks from the prompts. If you've seen any of my previous video, which I think I've only done one or two using those prompts, but I definitely wanted to gear it more towards summer themes, and I thought it would be a fun idea to use ChatGPT to pick my summer TBR prompts. So as you can see, we're in front of my bookcase. This is only half of it. There's two more, technically three, but the top layer doesn't have any books on it. It has all my DVDs. So we're just gonna go ahead and get started. I'm thinking of planning maybe 4 or 5 books because I'm gonna be doing these books throughout all of summer, and with school I think in general I'm just maybe a little bit of a slow reader, but with school I can't read 5 books in 1 month, so I'm going to dedicate these books to probably July and August primarily, and then wrap them up in kind of September. So I think maybe 5 books, because I did 5 books for my spring TBR, if you watched that one as well. So we'll go ahead and I'll ask ChatGPT to pick 5 summer TBR prompts, and I will find a book hopefully on my shelf. That way I don't have to buy anything new, and we'll just kind of match it up from there. Okay, so I'm logging into ChatGPT, and I'm just going to ask them just a straight question. Can you give me 5 summer TBR prompts? Okay, so for number 1, it says sun, sand, and secrets. Read a book set at the beach or during a summer vacation, but with a twist of mystery, secrets, or drama. And it does give me examples, and will I be using the examples? Probably, because I see a book in the very first example that I have been wanting to read, and that was on my radar for this summer. So I think the unfortunate part though is that I don't own this book, so I would have to buy it after I just said I wanted to not buy books. But I mean, there are books that I have that are, set in the summer or for summer vacation, but I don't know if I have anything that's with a twist. Well, I guess drama. I want to read The Summer I Turned Pretty. I want to read the whole series, especially because I think they mentioned that the last season is coming out. So I want to kind of get caught up and be able to watch it. But also, I recently heard that this was being made into a movie, which is People We Meet on Vacation. And this is definitely a vacation setting, and it's probably has drama since it is romance. And I love Emily Henry. I compare all my romance books to Emily Henry, and this would kind of prevent me from having to buy anything. I think maybe if I'm still feeling it, I could probably buy The Summer I Turned Pretty later, and see if I can get into that. But I think for the sake of trying to pick books that I own to not spend money, I think I'm going to go with this book for the very first prompt. So for prompt number 1, Sun, Sand, and Secrets, I'm going to read People We Meet on Vacation by Emily Henry. Alright, so I'm pretty excited for that book, so at least we got the first one down, so now we have 4 more prompts. So looking at what ChatGPT said, they mentioned for prompt number 2, hot days and messy love, so pick a romance with summer flings, second chances, or emotionally charged tropes that match the summer heat. Okay, I don't think this is necessarily summer, but it would be kind of like a messy love. I did start it. You can see I like barely ever got into it, but it's called By a Thread, and this one, it's a grumpy boss romantic comedy, apparently is what it says here. So I mean, that would be messy. I don't know about summer, and this one necessarily isn't summer either, but it's called The Library of Borrowed Hearts, and it's kind of like a mystery. Maybe I could have picked that one for the first prompt, even though it wasn't about a vacation. I think the other one I have is The 7-Year Slip. Now this one specifically is not exactly like summer. It doesn't mention that it's summer, but it would be like time travel a little bit, so I mean that would be kind of messy. But I think that it could either be with Summer Flings, it could be Second Chances, or an emotionally charged trope that matches the summer heat. I think probably like the messiest one might be By a Thread, just because it is like the whole boss thing. This is a massive book, but I feel like it fits the prompt the best. So I think I'm going to go ahead and give this one a chance for the second prompt. So for Hot Days, Messy Love, I'm picking By a Thread. And then moving on to number 3, it says Endless Summer Nostalgia. Read a coming-of-age story that captures the feeling of youth, change, or bitterness, or bittersweet goodbyes. I think I know the perfect book for this that I have been meaning to read for like forever, and I haven't, and it was actually on my radar for this summer too. Which is going to be Everything I Know About Love. This one, it's about, I guess, the experiences of the author, which is Dolly Alderton, because the back says, when it comes to the trials and triumphs of becoming an adult, Dolly Alderton has seen and experienced it all. It talks about bad dates, good friends, and above all else, realizing that you are enough. So that is very much a coming of age type of book, and I am down to read this. I have been meaning to literally since the beginning of the year, and we are in July. So it's about time that I get on this book. So for prompt number 3, which is Endless Summer Nostalgia, I'm going to read Everything I Know About Love. And then moving on to prompt number 4, it says Book with Summer in the title. And this could be my chance to read The Summer I Turned Pretty, even though I'd have to buy it. I actually think I have a book on Kindle that is called Just for the Summer. So that would be one I don't have to buy. I think physically on my like TBR here, I don't have anything that is titled Summer. I also have been wanting to read Summer in the City, but again, I would have to buy it. And I kind of want to stick with like things I don't have to purchase, just to kind of get everything that I read on my TBR kind of like off, because I have, you can see like it's like overflowing here, that I can't even fit it in the rows. I have stacks up here too. So let me go ahead and get my Kindle and see what that book is called, because I'm pretty sure it is Just for the Summer. Okay, so I do have Just for the Summer on my Kindle, which is by Abby Jimenez. So I will go ahead and pick Abby Jimenez Just for the Summer for my TBR prompt for Book with Summer in the title. Okay, and then our last ChatGPT prompt for my summer TBR is Golden Hour Glow Up. So read a book that centers around personal transformation, healing, or self-discovery. It does talk about Emily Henry. I do have Happy Place, but I'm not sure if I want to read 2 Emily Henry books in a month. So let's see what else I have. Okay, interestingly enough, I have another Dolly Alderton book that I didn't even know I had. I still have my Barnes & Noble like receipt in here. I had it in People With Me on Vacation too. But I think I'm gonna pick this one because it it's almost the same premise as this, but it's more of like a storyline. So this one is she goes on a dating app and she gets ghosted. So I guess it's kind of like personal growth and like self-discovery, maybe in the fact of like, I don't need another man, or like, I guess what kind of happens after you get ghosted. So maybe that would be pretty interesting, and hopefully she would have like a really good glow up after getting ghosted. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick this one for Golden Hour Glow Up, which is our fifth and final prompt. So these are the physical copy of the books that I have here, and then I have Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez on my Kindle. So I would say this is a pretty good pick. All of these books are things that I own, which I didn't have to spend any money, so that was really, really good because I need to save all my money and I need to get rid of these books that are on my shelf that have been sitting here for ages. So that was a fun way of like picking my TBR prompts, and I am very happy with these, and honestly I'm like ready to jump into them like right now. That's how like into all of these books that I am. But I love ChatGPT. ChatGPT is my therapist. I use it for everything, and it was so nice and interesting to use it for my summer TBR. So if you wanted to see me do like a vlog in the summertime of any of these books in particular, or just kind of how I am reading them, kind of like I do with the spring TBR in vlog, hopefully this season I'll be more prompt in the time, because I definitely posted my spring vlog in the summertime, but that is okay. It takes me a while to read, especially with school, but I am definitely pumped to read these ones, and I am so thankful that ChatGPT gave me good prompts. So that's pretty much it for today's video. I was able to pick my 5 summer TBR prompts with the help of ChatGPT, and I'm gonna be honest, ChatGPT did really good, so shout out to her. And if you want to follow me along on my reading journey, you can go ahead and subscribe and give this video a like. There's also videos I make on TikTok. I post a little bit on Instagram, and then you can also follow other books that I like, want to read, or what I'm ranking on Goodreads, which I will link down below. And that's all I have for today. So let's get into our summer reading.